Hello, students of class 9. So, we are moving in the climate chapter, children. So, in my previous videos, I have discussed the different factors that control the climate of India. And separately, I have given posted videos on the different topics related to it, especially the surface and pressure winds, the jet streams, and the cyclonic circulations, and how they affect the climate of India. Now, let me start the next topic, the Indian monsoons. So, the climate of India is, of course, strongly controlled by these monsoon winds. Now, these monsoon winds were first observed by the Arabian sailors who used to come to India as traders. And in the past, in the ancient days, the winds were the main ones which used to move the ships ahead, which used to push the ships ahead if one is moving in the direction of the winds. And if anybody was moving in the opposite direction, then the speed used to slow down. So the Arabian sailors had observed this phenomena and they in fact gave the term monsoon, and this monsoon came from the Arabic term mawsum, which meant season. So now monsoon in our country stands for seasonal reversal in wind direction. That means with the change in season, the winds will return back. They will come and they return back with the change in season. Now, the phenomena of monsoon can be understood with the help of different factors. In fact, children, you will be surprised. There are almost 14-15 factors that influence the coming of the monsoons in our country. And this coming of the monsoons is not only related to conditions in India, but the conditions that prevail in the northern hemisphere, and these conditions are related to temperature and pressure conditions, the snow cover throughout the northern hemisphere. And all these control the coming of these rain bearing southeast trade winds into the northern hemisphere. If you remember, children, in my earlier video, in my previous video, I have said that repeatedly I pointed out that the winds that bring rain to India, or the winds which are responsible for monsoons in India, are the originally southeast trade winds. And the coming of the southeast trade winds is decided by a combination of temperature and pressure conditions over the entire northern hemisphere. Because it is not that these winds are only coming towards India, but the winds are moving in a wide belt and it is entering into the northern hemisphere. So, how fast they move or how strongly they move, it depends upon the conditions in the entire northern hemisphere. It's not that the conditions are related only to India. Now, children, I will read out some points which are responsible for coming of this monsoon winds. So, like El Nino is one such factor, Himalayan snow cover, Eurasian snow cover, equatorial Indian Ocean pressure, that is the pressure system that prevails over the Indian Ocean in the equatorial zone, that is 5 degree north and south of the equator. Pressure system in Argentina, Northern Hemisphere pressure system, East coastal Indian temperature, that is temperature that prevails in the eastern coastal plain of India, temperature in central India, wind pattern in January and February in the northern and southern hemisphere, northwestern European temperature, that is temperature that prevails in the northwestern part of Europe, temperature in the Arabian Sea, temperature in the southern part of Indian Ocean, then the pressure system that prevails in East Asia, then El Nino in the previous year, not only the El Nino in the present year, but El Nino in the previous year, and the pressure conditions over Europe. So all these factors are responsible for pulling the southeast trade winds towards the northern hemisphere, and these factors may work in combination or they can work in single way, and they can influence the arrival of the monsoon winds to India. Now children, as you all are in class 9th, so we will study only few of these factors which influences the coming of the monsoon winds into India. So let us start right from the first point. The first point that is given in your book is the differential heating and cooling of land and water. Now, children, land is not moving, land is stationary, whereas water mixes, that is, warm water mixes with cold water. So, the heating of land and the cooling of land is faster in comparison to water. Water takes time to heat up, water takes time to cool down. As a result, what happens when the land is heated up, the water here refers to the surrounding seas and ocean, that is, the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean, as we are studying about India. So, these are the water bodies surrounding India. So, when our land surface of India is heated up in the summer season, it creates low pressure over land. But this surrounding water of seas and ocean remains comparatively cooler. So there is high pressure. So when there is low pressure over the Indian landmass, there is high pressure over the seas, that is Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea. And we all know, children, that the wind will always blow from the high pressure zone towards the low pressure zone. So the differential heating and cooling of land and water creates low pressure on the Indian landmass during the summer season, and in comparison there is high pressure over the seas and the ocean surface. The second point that is given is the shift in the position of intertropical convergence zone. Now, intertropical convergence zone, I have said before also in one of my previous video, that it is the zone where the southeast trade winds from the southern hemisphere and the northeast trade winds from the northern hemisphere meet. So this is the belt which we commonly known as equatorial low pressure belt. So this equatorial low pressure belt is also known as intertropical convergence zone. Now this intertropical convergence zone or the equatorial low pressure belt it shifts its position to the north in the summer season. All the pressure and the wind belts will shift to the north of its position during the summer season, and during the winter season they will shift towards the south of its position. So children, this intertropical convergence zone during the summer season shift from the equatorial belt and moves towards our Tropic of Cancer, because the sun is shining over the Tropic of Cancer during the summer months. Now this shift in the position of the belt, equatorial belt, or the intertropical convergence belt is also very much influential in pulling the southeast trade winds from the southern hemisphere to the north of equator, because when the pressure belt shifts, the wind belts will obviously shift along with the pressure belts. The third important factor is the presence of high pressure east of Madagascar. Now, Madagascar is one island beside Africa, which is in the Indian Ocean. Now, Indian Ocean, as I have said, the water takes time to heat up in comparison to the land. So, the Indian Ocean water comparatively remains cooler. So, this area of the Indian Ocean where this Madagascar is there, Madagascar is just beside your Central Africa. So, this part water remains cooler because the position of the sun is not in that area, that is near Tropic of Capricorn, but the position of the sun is near Tropic of Cancer. So, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn are quite far away from each other. So, the water of Indian Ocean in that part close to Madagascar remain quite cool because the position of the sun is near Tropic of Cancer during the summer season. Hence, in that part of Indian Ocean which is far away from the position of the sun remains cooler, and the cooler water has high pressure over it. So the intensity and position of this high pressure affects the Indian monsoon. One thing is very important, children. There must be huge difference between the high pressure and the low pressure. Greater the difference, more will be the pull. So if there is more difference between high pressure and the low pressure, the winds will move much more faster. The next point is about the Tibetan Plateau. We all know that Tibet is the highest plateau of the world and it also remains snow covered. But during the summer season, even this Tibetan Plateau gets sufficiently heated up, and at high altitude also the heating is sufficient to create low pressure over this plateau, and this low pressure is so intense that it also is responsible for pulling the southeast trade winds from the southern hemisphere. Then comes the next point, which is the movement of westerly jet stream north of the Himalayas. If you remember, children, in my previous video I had said that the westerly jet stream remains active over India during the winter months. During the winter months, the westerly jet stream positions itself over India. because all the belts, the pressure belts, the wind belts, they shift to the south of their position. But during the summer months, as all the pressure and the wind belts, they shift to the north of their position, so this westerly jet stream do not remain active over India during the summer months. They move to the north of the Himalayas. And the tropical easterly jet stream, they remain active over the Indian peninsula, and they are very much responsible for pushing the cyclones that develop in the Bay of Bengal towards our eastern coastal plain. Now, these are some of the factors. Apart from that, there is a factor named El Nino. Now, El Nino is a factor that is related to the difference in the pressure conditions that develops in the southern part of Pacific Ocean and the southern part of Indian Ocean near Australia. The difference in pressure condition between this Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean develops due to change in the temperature of the ocean currents. Now, this event is not occurring every year. Sometimes it may occur in consecutive years, that is 2-3 years together. Sometimes it may happen at a gap of 2 years, or sometimes at a gap of 3 years. Now, why this difference is there, this the scientists have not been able to find out so far. But this is a phenomena which influences the coming of the monsoons into India. So this happens because there is a current named the Peruvian current, which influences the coming of the winds, the monsoon winds towards the northern hemisphere. So let us know about this wind system, why this changes when this El Nino develops. Now children, let us study about this El Nino. Now what happens children? The water remains cooler in comparison to land during summer. So the heating over this Asian landmass causes low pressure. Now here the water of the Indian Ocean is cooler, so there is high pressure. Water over Pacific Ocean is also cooler, so there is high pressure. This is the normal condition. Here a cold Peruvian current flows beside Peru. Peru is a country in South America. The current is cold, the water is very cold, the pressure is high. Here also in the Indian Ocean, the pressure is high. But in some years, what happens? This cold Peruvian current changes its temperature, and this is replaced by a warm Peruvian current. Now, this warm Peruvian current does not develop every year or every alternate years. In fact, there is no regularity in its development. And this changing of temperature starts taking place from the month of December. December is the month of birth of Christ, and El Nino is the name of the baby Christ. So its named phenomena is named as El Nino. Now this change of current from cold temperatures to warm temperature will also change the pressure here, the high pressure will become low pressure. Now, if there is low pressure here, the water remains warm for a considerable length of time. So, the pressure also remains low for considerable length of time. Now, this pressure difference between low and high pressure is in fact pulling the winds. But if there is low pressure here itself and low pressure on the land itself, then the pulling of the southeast trade winds, the southeast trade winds are blowing in this manner. The southeast trade winds are blowing in this manner. Now, if this southeast trade winds have to come cross the equator, the pressure difference must be there. But here we find that there is low pressure here. So the years in which this cold Peruvian current is replaced by this warm Peruvian current, in those years, the coming of the southeast trade winds towards the northern hemisphere is delayed or weakened. That means the years in which these changes occur in the month of December, in those years the monsoons are late in coming to northern hemisphere, or we will have less rain during the monsoons. So El Nino is the phenomena which is associated with the change in pressure condition over Pacific Ocean, that is South Pacific Ocean, and the change in pressure condition takes place because the cold Peruvian current changes to warm Peruvian current. This is a very important factor which influences the coming of the monsoon winds to our country. Now, all these factors are some of the factors which are responsible for the arrival of monsoons in India. They are responsible for the mechanism of monsoon over India. So children, listen to this video very well and try to follow what is explained. So from next video we will start with the seasons. So coming of the monsoons and the seasons. So hope you have followed this video. Thank you children.